important role in the treatment of obesity. So fasting Ramadan is a must if you want to decrease your weight. Now, how can I take care of this obesity? How can I relieve this obesity? How can I use fasting holy moon of Ramadan in order to treat obesity? My line of treatment of obesity passes on three main parts. The first one is the nutritional part, what is known as regimes. Of course, fasting holy moon of Ramadan will help me in my regime. So, any person trying to decrease his body weight must keep in mind that there is only 2 meals, not more than 2 meals. One in the fasting, in the breakfast, and the second meal is at the suhoor. This person who wants to decrease his body weight, during breakfast, just soap, and then he can take 3 or 4 dates, and also he can take some vegetables. Also, he can take small 2 or 3 big spoons of rice or macaroni. Then he can take 200 grams of fish or of meat, or also can take quarter of a chicken, must be grilled or must be boiled. This is at breakfast. Then he has to take rest for about 1 hour, and then can take fruits. At about 12 o'clock at midnight, he can take a cup of yogurt or some fruits. Before suhoor, he can take some beans and some yogurt, and he can take 2 eggs. This is the simplest way in order to decrease your body weight, just 2 meals, one in the breakfast and second at suhoor. There is no more meals. This is the first line, this is the first part in my treatment of obesity, which is the nutritional part. The second part in my treatment of obesity is the sport part or the sport manner. Of course, sports must be kept in mind that plays an important role. Why? Because sports, at first, they burn fat as a source of energy, and accordingly they try to decrease body weight. Secondly, sports try to decrease the precipitation of low-density triglycerides on walls of capillaries and veins and arteries, and accordingly, they prevent the formation of different types of infections or cerebral hemorrhages and traumas and so on. Thirdly, we can find that sports play an important role because they decrease the amount of absorption of fats from the muscles. So the muscles become stronger. This is the rule of sports. But now, when to play sports? There are 3 areas and 3 times which are important in taking sports. The first part is that once you are going to, after the end of breakfast by 1 hour, you can go and move and go to the club and move just walking, and this is the first type of sport. The second period in order to take a sport is that in the early morning. Many persons prefer to play sports in the early morning during fasting, and this is good. The third time of playing sport is just before breakfast, and this is very serious. In the British Journal, we have found that many persons complain of cardiac problems before playing sports just before breakfast. So it is not allowed. So I have to take 3 parts in treatment of obesity. The first part I have said is that the nutritional part. The second part I have said is that the sport part. And the third part, of course, is the will. You have to take the will that fasting, during fasting Ramadan, you will decrease your body weight. So you can benefit from fasting the holy moon of Ramadan. As for the rule of surgery, it is according to the mass number. If the mass number is between 18 to 22, the plastic surgery can play a role in decreasing body weight through what is known as liposuction. The second part, which is in moderate obesity, when the mass number is from 28 up to 32, we can decrease our body weight through plastic operation, which is known as dermolipectomy in the abdominal wall of the body, plus liposuction of the anterior wall of the body, plus what is known as duplication of the recti muscle. This is the role played by plastic surgery in treatment of moderate obesity in the pendulous abdomen or in the anterior abdominal wall. As in morbid obesity, plastic surgery plays different roles in decreased body weight, in which the mass number is above 40, through ligation of the stomach, through application of ring in the lower part of the esophagus, or even in the middle of the stomach. This is the role played by the plastic surgery. So I prefer to take this chance by fasting the whole moon of the Ramadan and making certain type of regime and also playing certain types of sports, and we have the will to decrease our body weight. So through this holy moon of Ramadan, we can decrease our body weight. Thank you.